Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for January 2020. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, of course, Venus. We're going to see what's happening for our Cancer darlings, January 2020. Cross watchers, I've got you, my dears. I know some of you are mad at me because I stopped doing cross watcher videos. It's just an issue of timing, guys. It's not that I don't care about you. I will be addressing cross watchers throughout in the video as messages come up for cross watchers. So this is going to be a little bit of a mix, okay? So let's see what's happening for all you guys dealing with Cancer in love 2020. All right, my dears, we're going to lay out 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty, my dears. Card number 1, we have got 5 of Swords. There's some power struggles going on. When 5 of Swords shows up in a reading, a lot of the times it's a signal to me that there are some triggers. There are some real triggers going on here right now. So Cancer, you have something happening in your love life that's triggering you, or you are dealing with someone who is triggering you. This is a very specific, maybe even random message. And since this is a general video, it might not apply to every single one of you. But I think cross-watcher, you need to know this. I feel for whatever reason, a lot of this 5 of Swords is coming from outside of the relationship. I feel like Cancer is getting a lot of heat, or they got a lot of heat for being involved with you or being interested in you. There could be friends or family that are saying things that are not very nice or aren't very fair. And I feel like Cancer might feel like they're giving up a lot to be with you. Like, it's kind of triggering them. Like, you know, you don't appreciate, or you don't know how much I've given up to be with you, or you don't know how hard this is for me, or you don't know how much bickering I have to deal with. So I feel for whatever reason, this 5 of Swords for a lot of you is outside of the relationship, where there's just a lot of arguing. And Cancer might even feel like they chose you over their friends or their family. So they're just really wanting to see appreciation. They're really wanting to see that like you're in it for the right reasons. For other ones of you, the 5 of Swords could be within the relationship, okay? If it's within the relationship, I always say this with 5 of Swords, it's a good idea to walk away for a little bit, let yourself calm down, maybe write or journal and try to figure out, why is this triggering you? Why is this upsetting you? And then you can go back and say, look, you know, I really needed to calm down. I need to cool off. I want to talk about what happened. Here's what's bothering me. You know, here's some ways I think that maybe we can fix it or have a solution. You know, 5 of Swords is just energy of little things that escalate and become a big deal. And oftentimes, it's not about the little things. Cancer, I think you need to go easy on yourself, because some of you are beating yourself up. Like, why can't I be cool? Why can't I just be okay with that? Why am I getting upset because they left the light on? Why am I getting so upset because, you know, someone forgot to lock the door, or, you know, whatever. It's the underlying stuff. You're not really mad about the light being left on. You're not really mad about somebody forgetting to lock the door. You're mad about the fact that you feel you have to take care of everything. You know, you're thinking about saving on the electricity bill, or you're trying to make sure that, you know, everybody is safe and the doors are locked. So it's more of the thing of like not being thought of or not being considered. It's not that you're being difficult. It's not that you're not being, you know, quote unquote cool. And so these are the things, you know, if you say, you know, that makes me feel like, you know, you're not worried about my safety or our safety, or that makes me feel like, you know, you're not concerned about the expenses in the house, or whatever it might be. You know, 5 of Swords is you guys might be fighting about things that really are not the issue. It's the thing beneath it. And if you could address that, if you could, you know, focus on that, then there's more of a possibility to find you know, solutions, right? Because somebody might come back at you and be like, oh my god, like, you should be so lucky that my only flaw is that I forget to turn the light off. You know, I could be doing so much worse, right? they might not be seeing what the issue is, and you might be having a hard time communicating that to them. You do want to be cautious when Five of Swords comes up, because Five of Swords a lot of the times, my darlings, is like, this is a chance to burn bridges. If you have someone that you've been wanting to burn that bridge and it has not been happening, January is a pretty good time that this could be happening for you, where you may be ending something, you know, whether it's somebody outside of the relationship that's giving you a hard time and you're over it, or if it's like a karmic soulmate or something. There's a good chance January is the month when things are going down. Okay, see, look, see, woo. Woo, the next card here is Ten of Wands. 10 of Wands. So, you know, this is something coming to completion. When we have the number 10, something is done. Something is finished. Okay? Capricorns had something similar in their energy, in their reading, as far as, like, you know, kind of being somewhat at the breaking point, but they weren't at their breaking point just yet. Cancer, I feel you guys are there. I feel you guys are like, this is it. This is the make it or break it moment for you all. But you're done. You're just done with doing the same thing again and again and again. Cross-watcher, understanding though Cancer might be feeling really stressed out. I just feel, for whatever reason, Cancer, you're feeling in January like you just can't win. You can't make anybody happy. And, you're getting tired of it. You're getting really tired of it. And you might be feeling like a lot is on your shoulders, a lot of responsibility. I feel that you feel there's a lot of financial responsibility on your shoulders. And I feel like you feel it's not fair. Okay? If that's the case, speak up and say something, because your person may not realize that. Or they may not realize you're as tired as you are. I really, really feel, cross-watcher, if you are dealing with a Cancer, your Cancer would appreciate so much getting away for a little bit, even if it's just for a few hours, even if it's just for the day, right? You know, we don't all have the luxury of being able to hop on a plane or hop in a car and like go somewhere and like disappear for a couple of weeks or a month, or like we don't all have that luxury. But whatever that you can do to just help your Cancer feel like they're getting away for a little bit. They're able to walk away from their stress. They're able to just kind of decompress. I feel like Cancer needs that. Especially if, you know, Cancer, you might be feeling bad about yourself, or you might be hard on yourself because you might be feeling like, man, I've been so crabby. No pun intended. I've been so crabby, or I've been so short, or I've been so frustrated. You're just really stressed out. You need to decompress. And so maybe if your person is not cross-watching this video and they don't know, they haven't figured it out, it's okay for you to say, hey, look, I'm really tired. I'm really stressed out. I really need to unwind. I need to blow off some steam. You know, can we do something? Can we, you know, go away for the day? Can we turn our phones off for a few hours and do something relaxing or romantic? I just feel like Cancer needs some love, honestly. Even if they seem like they've been mean or cranky or in a bad mood, like, you know, like, have you ever just had a bad day where you're like, I just want somebody to hold me, you know? Like, I just think Cancer needs that. They need your gentleness, even if they've been seeming, you know, difficult. Now, I have to say this is a disclaimer, because these are general readings and they're not going to apply 100% for everybody. But, you know, this does not apply if you are a cross-watcher and if you're watching for a Cancer who's been abusive, right? You know, I'm not saying if somebody's been abusive that you should go be nice to them and give them a hug and be like, oh, are you okay? No. If there's abuse, if it's toxic, you need to get the heck out of there, okay? I've seen it sometimes in comments when people get mad at me that I haven't picked up that this person is beating them or cheating on them. Honey, if you are being in that type of a situation, you need to leave, okay? This is not about that type of situation. I want to make that clear. This is more about the everyday stuff that happens in relationships, okay? I don't want anybody to stay with someone who's being abusive or toxic or, you know, gaslighting or ghosting or any of that, okay? I'm just talking about a regular kind of couples fight, couples argue. I'm talking about that kind of thing. Next we have here Two of Cups. See, Cancer wants this love, right? But you guys want that soulmate love. Like, you just want somebody who's going to come in and have your back. Cancer, you're tired of giving so much, and you just want to, you wouldn't mind giving it if you were getting something back. And it's not even about how, oh, well, you should be selfless and you should give for the sake of giving. Yeah, okay, right, we get that. That's a valid point. But at the same time, we have to be real about this, right? If you keep giving and get nothing back, you're going to end up on empty. And then what happens? The relationship can't continue, right? You're needing someone to step up and give back. Two of Cups for me is the card of coming out of codependency. So there might be some power struggles in that way. Like, you want this relationship, you want it to work out, but maybe as you're healing, Cancer, as you're waking up, you might be seeing there's some codependent traits that are not comfortable for you, and you're having a hard time explaining this to your partner. Like, here's what's bugging me, and here's where I feel the relationship needs to improve, right? Communication is key. When I see Two of Cups, you're coming out of that codependent energy, you're learning to be a better communicator, and you're a giver, and you've just given to everybody your whole life, and you're finally attracting or manifesting someone who's able to give to you back, right? To me, Two of Cups are the two givers that they've gone through life, and they've dated these jerks where they've just given and given and given and gotten nothing back, and then they find each other, and they just keep giving to each other. Like, two givers find each other. And those are the best relationships, right? Because anytime you're in a relationship where both people are thinking about, how can I make my partner happy? Those are the relationships that last the longest, right? Because there's this exchange, there's this flow, there's this beautiful, loving give and take. So the fact that this card is coming up, Cancer, I feel that this is kind of saying that you do have an opportunity to salvage this relationship. Okay, and that you are dealing with a soulmate. But you guys have to sit down and fix this communication. Communication is everything, right? You started off with Five of Swords. You know, you can go from Five of Swords to Two of Cups. But, you know, I just think you need to hit the reset button here. I really do. I think this is one of the situations where you might be thinking about giving up on somebody or walking away or getting a divorce, but you might, like, do wonders for this relationship if you all are able to get away for a little bit and just kind of reconnect without the interference of your friends and family, work stress, all that stuff. You know, leave the past in the past, get on the same page, and start making each other a priority. I think that there is a lot of love here that maybe just in the stress and the chaos of daily life, it's kind of gotten a little bit buried. But you're being told here that you can go from Five of Swords to Two of Cups, a lot of you. Next, we have, my darlings, the Justice card. There could be a Libra in the mix, or somebody could have Libra traits that you're being asked to consider, okay? Libras are very, very, they can come off as indecisive, okay? But really what it is a Libra is going to weigh all factors of a situation before they make a decision. And that might be driving you nuts, Cancer. Or you may have Libra in your chart, and that might be where you're going back and forth a lot. And don't look at this as a defect. Look at this as a really good possibility that, wow, you know what? When I do make my decision, I'm going to be able to make a really good decision because I've thought about all the different factors. The Justice card in general, for me, has a lot to do with fairness, balance, boundaries, okay? Remember how we're talking about Two of Cups, that give and take, give and take, give and take? This is a relationship where you are being taught to have healthier boundaries and to be able to stand up for yourself. You know, the Justice card is a major arcana card, and those of you that you watch my videos, you've heard me say, when I see major arcana cards come up between people, it tells me there's a reason you've met this person. This person has a contract with you. They have an agreement with you that you all were going to meet in this life for a specific reason. And Cancer, I think a lot of you in your life have just given and given and given and gotten walked all over. And you're with a soulmate right now where the universe is giving you a safe person to learn to speak up with. Like maybe when you were young, you couldn't speak up. You couldn't talk back to your parents and say, hey, this isn't fair. I'm like working like a dog and I'm getting treated like crap and I'm doing all these errands and chores and I'm being the parent, you know, like what about me? I'm just a kid, you know, and you couldn't do that. Or even like with friends or family or whatever, like you've just always bent over backwards. And now you're in a situation where you're doing that on autopilot, but you're resenting it and you don't like doing it anymore. And your person may not realize that or understand that. And this is your chance to speak up and say, look, you know, like I love you. I want this relationship, but I need you to kind of reciprocate some here. Like I need this to be fair. I need this to be balanced. I kind of feel like I'm given a whole lot, or I feel like I'm kind of in this on my own, or I'm the one holding this together. When I see the Justice card in a love reading, sometimes, not always, sometimes, and in this time I'm feeling it in this way, I feel like this person is in your life because they're here to give you that safe space to where you can practice your assertiveness, okay? You can practice your assertiveness and speak up and say, this isn't fair. That's the whole thing with Five of Swords. Five of Swords is like you hold something in, you hold something in, you hold something in. The littlest thing happens and you just kind of explode, right? And the other person's confused, like what in the heck just happened? Where is this coming from? So communication here is everything. And Spirit is giving you someone. If you're single, then know that this person's coming in your life in January or very soon thereafter. You're aligning with this energy. Spirit is giving you someone where it's safe for you to get in the habit of speaking up, you know, speaking your truth, what you need, you know, what's fair, boundaries, all that good stuff. Your next card here, Cancer. Ooh, I just got chills. I love it when that happens. I love it. I love it when there's confirmations like that. Okay, Six of Coins, right? We think about this in terms of money a lot of the time, or Six of Pentacles. We think about it in terms of money, right? Like money exchange, right? So if there's been stress financially in the relationship, this is something that might be getting balanced out in January. However, keep in mind, pentacles are about energy, right? And we associate them with money because money is a physical measure of time and energy spent. However, when Six of Pentacles comes up in a relationship, you know, there could be financial things where like things are balancing out financially and becoming more fair. However, energetically, this tells me you're coming into a situation where the relationship is finally balancing out, where it's finally like the flow, like the give and take, the give and take, the give and take. You know, being generous with your time, being generous with your resources, you know, being more appreciative and having the other do that for you, like just having the back and forth. This is just Two of Cups in a different way. Okay, in an energetic way, right? So maybe it's more like you are able to communicate with your person, and through that communication, you know, explaining to them what you need and what you feel the relationship's been lacking, they're finally stepping it up and they're putting in the energy. They're putting in the time, the energy, the effort, and they're helping you and they're doing things for you. Cancer, I feel some of you are even like physically tired. Like you just want this person to help with responsibilities. Like maybe you're wanting them to help with the kids more, or maybe help, you know, with things around the home, or help bring groceries in, or, you know, do some cooking, or like, you know, help with cleaning or things like that. I just feel a physical vibe from this. I do feel for some of you this is also going to apply in the bedroom. You know, maybe you feel like you're doing all the initiating, or maybe you feel like you're doing all of the work in that department. I do feel there's like a physical exchange in that way as well. I'm always careful how I word those things in the videos. I'm not a prudish person. But I know there's like certain words you're not supposed to say, and we have to be like, like kind of behaved on YouTube, as far as like monetization and stuff like that. So I'm always careful like what I say, but you guys get what I mean by that. I would strongly recommend that you watch your moon sign, rising sign video, your Venus, because different ones are going to resonate. People always ask me, Amethyst, which one should I watch? And I'm just going to tell you, for a few months, I would watch your moon, your rising, and your Venus, and see which one resonates with you more. And sometimes it may change. It may switch up. You'll see a pattern over time. I know for me, a lot of the time, my moon will really resonate, but my moon is on a cusp. So if my Taurus moon doesn't resonate, I'll go and I'll check out Gemini. I'm a cusp Taurus Gemini moon. If you don't know your moon sign, if you don't know your Venus sign, you can go to cafeastrology.com and put your info in there, and it will, like in 2 seconds, it'll put everything out there for you, and you'll know where your planetary placements are. Also, I have to say, guys, I have no affiliation with Cafe Astrology. They have no idea who I am. I just recommend it because it's a free site. It's easy to use. It's not going to cost you any money. I just need to clarify that because some people thought that I was trying to make money off them by telling them to go to that site. I don't make a single cent by people going to that website. It's just easy to use and it's free, so why not? If you would like a private reading, go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description of this video, and you'll be able to schedule a private reading with me there. And guys, don't forget to watch your weekly forecasts. I know love is a big part of the human experience. I know everybody's curious about love and romance, but in the weekly forecasts, I try to focus on spirituality, career, money, family stuff, all the other important parts of life. So make use of those as well. I'm wishing you a wonderful January, my darlings. Take care.